Alright, boys. So, Kenobi episode 5 came out. I've seen a bit of it. Actually, that's a lie. I've seen it. So, this one was actually pretty decent. I'm having this kind of here as a little backdrop so you guys don't get bored, so you can kind of understand what I'm referencing. So, God, where to begin on this? Right. So, yeah, this was really good. Like, I enjoyed this one. But that being said, uh, with that being said, this just because this one good episode has happened, it does not excuse the four bad ones. And I want that to be clear. I like this episode. I think it was really good. There's some problems I have with it, but honestly, it was overall decent. But again, just because this is good doesn't excuse the bad. And I've seen a lot of people praising this, saying, "Oh, see, this is so good now. It's so great." And it's like, but what about the last episodes? Right? It's like, just like, what about them? Why weren't they like this? Why weren't they on this level? So, like, what you're telling me is Disney has gone from episode one that was pretty bougie. It was pretty decent. All right, I enjoyed it. We then have episode two, which was a bait and switch, and then from episodes three to four, it was the Reva and Leia show. And then now, in episode five, it's reversed the bait and switch into, like, oh yeah, Kenobi and Obi-Wan and all this, like, showing off what Obi-Wan and all can do. But even then, Reva was like, they tried to make Reva look like an unsung hero, and it's like, shut up. Like, shut up. You know damn well that should have happened sooner. That should have happened at the end of episode 4, and you know it should have. But I feel like Disney is really clutching at straws now because, as I said, this just because this is good, it doesn't excuse the bad, and I feel like that needs to be pointed out because all of these fanboys, as I say, they're heralding this episode to high regard as if it's a pardon letter straight from the president of the United States that says, "I hereby pardon Disney for making shit 4 episodes before this." Like, no, 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 that's not how this works, guys. Come on, we need to do better here, right? Do better. Just because this is good, right? Come on, do fucking better. You need to keep taking them to task. You need to tell them this is good, but keep this consistency. Keep this going. Now, let's talk about something that is pretty well, that needs to be talked about. And overall, it's the fact that there were some people who were, I'm not going to name names, but there were some people who said that they didn't like Reva, that they just despised Reva, but now some of them are changing their tune, and I'm not a big fan of that. I'm okay with people changing their opinion over time. That's a different story. But take your rose tinted goggles off, take your Star Wars fanboy specs off for a bit and understand that you're being conned. They're doing this. They knew the first like 4 episodes. Well, I say four. The 3 episodes after the first one was gonna flop, and flop they did. So it's awfully convenient now how this fifth episode is super good. That means the sixth one is gonna tank. I think the sixth one is gonna tank. If I'm wrong, feel free to come back and call me a bollocks or a moron. I could take it. But yeah, that's my little short review on this. There's really not much to say because it's like we should have had this from the start. It's like I don't see why it's being held so high. It's like this should have been the standard from like beginning to like end. I don't want a season two. I'm just gonna be frank here. I don't want a season two. As a matter of fact, I would much rather them work on like a Qui-Gon spin-off or something like that. I even heard they're doing a Reva spin-off, and we all know how good that's gonna be. But yeah, leave your own thoughts. Again, I can't stress this enough. It was good, but doesn't excuse the past. So I will see you all